One of the continuing problems with e-commerce is trying to get people to buy clothes online because they can't try them on and they're worried, will they fit? Well, horse owners have the same problem when it comes to buying saddles. And one entrepreneur has come up with a high-tech solution for that problem. And this is Robert Ferrand, who's got Saddletech.com. And before we get into talking about the site and your invention, really, you are an inventor, right? You're not an HTML jockey. So just give us a bit of your background, Robert.
Well, I was commissioned in 1977 by Crosby, Stills and Nash to reinvent the iron lung and developed a wooden respirator. And there are pictures of it on the website. From that, I became focused on the problem of bed sores. Anybody that's
hospital beds.
Hospital beds. Anybody that needs a respirator is in a bed and they're immobile. So I did extensive research on that, and I invented this 21st century hospital bed that stands up and tilts side to side.
It better fits the contours of the person in it?
Actually, it had a 386 computer on board that changed the pressures. And then in 1990, I raised $4.5 million in venture capital from Allstate Insurance and Montgomery Medical and Hambrick and Quist and the whole nine.
All right, so let's go to horses.
Horses.
Now, how do you move the hospital bed experience to saddles on horses?
Well, the first thing is that it's basically the same physiological problem, the tissue trauma. And as one of the features that we had for designing the hospital bed, we made a computer sensor pad that fit under the patient. And I took a fourth of that and got the patent on that on measuring horses.
All right, so patients get bed sores, and then so horses get saddle sores? Same idea?
Correct.
All right. So what's the problem? I mean, why can't you just buy a saddle and put it on your horse? Why doesn't it fit?
Because there's no sizing. We're talking about two three-dimensional surfaces. We're talking about a polyform shape that's the horse and a polyform shape that's the saddle.
What's this blue thing? Yeah.
Well, this is basically what the industry uses. This is
put that over the horse and say this is it.
Put this on, and you try to kind of say.
But that's 2D.
It's 1D actually, and so there are no numbers. So they rate saddles as narrow, regular, and wide. Well, a polyform shape can't be narrow. It doesn't make sense.
All right, so let's go to your gauge and pick this up, and this is really your invention. What is this thing? What do you do with it?
Well, what this is this takes the polyform shape of the horse's back and breaks it into angles and arcs.
So you put this on the horse's back and move these things to get measurements as to the exact shape of the horse's back.
This thing changes around and moves to the shape. Now, by using the computer sensor pad, what I discovered was that the top and the bottom of this gauge aren't the same, and what we need is a different shape than exactly a mirror image of the horse's back. So even if people were able to get the fit, it's the wrong fit.
So you're never going to get exactly the right saddle. You've got to get something that goes between the saddle and the horse.
Right, to correct for it.
All right, so let's go over to prop number, and this is really the product now, right?
Yeah.
This is the orthotic?
This is the orthotic, and basically what this is a plastic insert that obviously gets covered with foam.
Okay, that compensates for the difference in the horse's shape and the saddle shape.
Correct. So that way they can easily do a saddle.
All right, now let's go to the website. Now you've got lots of measurements coming out of that thing. You've got to somehow, I take it, massage them and put them in a database so that when you go to the website you can do something with this information.
Yes, that was really the challenge that I've been fighting for the past couple of years, is that I was looking at Acware and I was looking at a lot of different programs. You know, I started trying to do something with QuickBooks and that was way off base. And just recently I tripped onto Oracle Small Business. And I was able to easily put this whole thing together. And when you go to the website, under the numbers, you will see the corresponding numbers in there.
So you really have an Oracle database underlying all of this to manage all the information you get back from the gauge.
Right, and it's so nice because all I do is change the email address and the numbers go to Idaho, where the guy that actually makes the pads already has it. And
so it's sort of like CAD program to put together the orthoticness, and it's taking the data from there.
Right.
Now, how big, how many people have this problem? How big a market is this?
Well, the American Horse Council did a survey, and they believe that 7 million horses are in the United States currently. 5 million are probably under saddle. So we're talking about a significant number of people, and the market for saddles is about 500 million per year.
Like a $500 million market. This is serious. There's a lot of horse people out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of horse people.
Now, on your website, when we go to Saddletech.com, can I do the whole thing there, or do I have to get to a gauge somewhere, right?
Well, yes, you can go to the website, you can order the gauge, and we will send it to you, and then you send it back with your numbers, and then we can send this back to you with whatever color pad. Somebody wants a purple pad, a green pad,
right, so you start with the website, you get one of these gauges somewhere, put it on your horse, get the numbers, feed them into the website?
Right. And it's all in that little section.
Buy the thing, and you have a happy horse.
Right.
Okay, and it's Saddletech.com.
Right, and it's readjustable because the horse is going to change over time.
So you can redo this.
Redo it.
All right, thank you very much, Robert.